milk and clothes.
Okay.
So
How about then, let's just then focus on like a place like Old Navy, which is just clothes. Is there a difference in like how you feel when you're shopping?
you don't go there like for a pleasant experience. Like,
Right.
you
You
don't
don't
go
go
there
there
like with a purpose.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
because
It's loud.
it's
rushed.
It is. It's really. I as much as I love Gap and Banana Republic, Old Navy. It just. I mean, I only buy clothes for my child there,
Okay.
and it's kind of like I have a specific need, and it's get in and get out. 'Cause it's,
Sorry, what were you saying, Melissa?
No, I was just going to say that I only shop for Old Navy online because I just can't even bring myself to go into the store.
Why?
It's just, it's like the closet I don't want to have, where like clothes everywhere and like kids stuff mixed in with like adult stuff and like fleeces and like it's like a bomb hit, and it just makes me feel stressed to be there, and it takes time to find what you're looking for, and you know, I feel like I need to be much more like focused with my time around shopping these days.
And you think that a store that has the same sections, like, you know, like Gap has Gap Kids and the adjacent store, sometimes Gap Baby and Gap Body sometimes. It's got the same sections as an Old Navy, but the fact that
they're
they
organized.
Yeah,
They're organized, so I can, I can actually go there, and if I'm in Gap Baby, you know, the little girls' clothes are different from the boys' clothes, and all the pink onesies are right there, and there's a range of sizes, and like you get a sense of like what's actually there, and then you can find what you like and find the size you need, and it still takes a little bit of time, but like you can actually appreciate what's there, and you can also actually find what you're looking for.
Anyone else, like, what's different about like shopping? It's the same exact sections, you know, except that one is kind of separated out and one is not. What's the difference?
It's like the difference between like a warehouse store and a grocery store. Like, you know, Costco versus ShopRite. Like, you kind of know where things are in ShopRite, but in Costco you have no idea. It's like the same thing, like Old Navy and those kind of stores is set up like a warehouse, where you kind of sort of know where things are, but you're not exactly sure you've seen it all. Whereas, you know, if you go into the Gap, you know, yeah, like Baby Gap could be tiny, but like everything's in the same spot. Same with the kids, you know, the boys is on this side, the girls is on that side. So it's just like mentally you kind of know where to go, especially if you don't have a lot of time. Like most of us nowadays don't have, you know, tons of time to go browsing, you know, the whole day for something. Okay.
Because like in Brooklyn, there's an Old Navy store, and across the street there's a Gap factory. I go to the Gap factory before I go to the Old Navy.
Why?
Just because it's a similar type of space, but it's much cleaner, it's much more organized. I feel like the staff are friendlier, but I just feel like it's a different experience. Even though I know the stuff turns over quicker and they change it, and every time you go back, like, wait a minute, wasn't it there? Now it's over here. But it's just a different experience. It feels warmer. It feels more inviting and welcoming than when Old Navy, like you open those big doors and it's just like, where do we begin?
But isn't there some convenience factor in being able to go, especially those of you with kids, into an Old Navy where you can maybe buy something for you, but also buy something for your kids or maybe your husband? Isn't there a positive, a convenience factor there?
Online.
There is for like vacation. I've done that before. Like if I need, you know, like a sundress and I need to get a bathing suit for one of my kids, but now, like, you know, that they're at different ages, I can't really even do that anymore. Okay.
So does it change your perception of a store when it's set up like a family store, when you can get everything all in one, versus a store that's a little bit separate in sections?
For me, I don't know if it matters that it has all these different things, as long as it's neat and organized.
Okay.
That for me is
Okay.
the thing.
Okay. Anyone else, like, do you think of a store differently that's sort of set up a bit more curated or set up a bit more separate versus a store that's kind of all set up together?
I mean, even for the stores where I might shop there for myself and I might shop for my kids there, I don't tend to do it at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Like I can't tell you any time whenever I've gone in and like bought clothes for both me and my kids
Separate
as part of
occasions.
the same purchase. Like I'm in a separate mindset. I view that kind of shopping differently.
Okay.
Yeah, and to have them all together doesn't really help me.
Okay. What if Gap, you know, the clothes are exactly the same, the price points are exactly the same, set up their stores to be more of like a family store, like Old Navy? How would that impact your opinion of Gap?
if it made harder to shop there,
Yeah.
yes. Because I think of Gap as a much easier place to shop than I think of as, I almost never buy clothes at Target. And I feel like because they're all grouped together that they don't really care if you buy the clothes or not. Like, it's just a convenience that maybe their focus is more on the stuff besides the clothes.
Oh, okay, okay. Anyone else? Does it change your opinion of Gap if you walk into a Gap and it's now set up like a family store as opposed to a separate sections for shopping?
It would still be sectioned off, right? It would still be
Imagine like,
an area.
I mean, imagine like women's on the left, men on the right, it's like, and then there's like that, if you walk into an Old Navy, they usually have that family mannequin set in the front with like the mom, dad, dog, kids, and then there's like some sections that are grouped together in clothes. For example, if there's a puffer jacket, they'll do all the puffer jackets for all the family in like one section. Oh, what's that look for? Why is that?
I'm like, I had no idea. No, I haven't.
And Gap, currently Gap separates them, right? They do men's, women's.
I don't know that most people shop like that. I mean, I don't know that I've ever shopped like that.
What do you mean?
Like she said, if I'm focused on buying kids' clothes, I don't have time to think about my clothes. Like, or if I'm going to buy, a shirt, like I'm not looking at kids'
I don't
things.
think I've
Like,
ever
I
gone
think
with
I'd be
my family
overwhelmed
and all
by
those
it.
puffer jackets at the same time.
Yeah.
Let's all go get matching puffer jackets.
I'm just imagining that family walking down the street with
It was an example.
No, I
But flip-flops, I'll just use a different
know.
example.
No, that's fine.
But it's just, it doesn't fit with how you shop.
No.
Like,
No,
Yeah.
I think it just is going to distract and take away from whatever I'm actually doing. Like if I'm really focused in kids mode, like to have the adult stuff there, like just clear it away. I don't need that. Or if I'm trying to enjoy shopping for myself, then to feel the obligation of like kids stuff on the side sort of decreases the enjoyment of that as well. Like
And unless they change, like, the actual clothes, like, I haven't bought real, like, clothes at the Gap since I was, like, in my college or in my 20s, when I can remember walking around campus wearing, like, Gap skirts and Gap. I don't really buy a lot of my clothes at Gap.
Why
I
is
buy
that?
a lot at Banana,
Okay.
but I don't buy them at the Gap, except for, like, Gap
Fit.
Yeah, Gap
Yeah.
Fit.
Why is that? Why is it that you kind of
I feel
stop
like
buying your clothes?
I got younger.
You got-
where I
okay.
got older. I got younger, or I got older, or a little bit of both. It got younger. I like that
And when
better.
you go in there, like, so what could Gap do to get you back into the clothes? Like, if you had a magic wand and you could change things about Gap, all of you. Like, if you're not buying Gap clothes for yourself and you used to, what could Gap do? What are some things that Gap could do to get you back for clothes?
Be more like J. Crew, I think, like.
In what way?
I don't know, I just feel like when even though I don't always shop at J. Crew, I just find them attractive, like the store, like the way they put things together, and it just looks a little more exciting. I don't think Gap is too exciting. And I also worked when I was in college, and what happened is when she got a job, I'm not going to wear Gap clothes. I needed suits. I went to hotel. Or, I did that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's really what
There's
happened.
also a number of
But then
reasons. I
never
think
went
it's
back
like
to it.
how the store is set up, and also the lighting in the store,
Yeah.
the layout, the design, and then the
In what
types
way?
of clothes.
Tell me.
Well, I mean, you can see a difference. Like sometimes you walk in the Gap stores, sometimes they're dark, the lighting is not, or the stuff is like shoved in a corner, or the layout and design. I think that all comes into play. So it's not only about how good the clothes are, it's how it's displayed, how the lighting, how the signage, how it's laid out.
And in contrast, what's the difference between Gap and Banana Republic shops then?
I feel like, to me, there's a big difference in
Okay.
how it's, the presentation of
Okay.
the product. I think maybe that's the best way to say it. Is
And
that
how is it presented at Banana Republic?
I feel like there's more thought into it. It's not like I open a box, oh, we're selling these 12 items today. Here's 30 of each. Let me just throw them up on a shelf, and I'm going to fit them in where I think they fit. Like, I feel like someone has really thought through the process of, I've worked hard to get this on the end of an aisle at the grocery store because I know people are going to pay attention to it. Whereas if I go down the aisle, I'm not going to pay attention to it because it's at the bottom. So there's been more thought into how it's being displayed, and how it can incorporate in my life.
And does that, anyone else, what's like a real difference in like the store
Even
experience?
like the
between Gap?
music is different at
Okay.
Banana. Like at Old Navy, you get in and you're like in a club. You are.
And where are you
there.
in Gap?
And
Let's also do Gap. And then
I
let's
don't, I don't know about Gap, but I know Banana's like much more. It's not like like